Um, should we talk about what dosage of medication I'm on? The mic is connected. Wait. Yeah. Hey, I don't know which camera to look at. I have been working on my setup. And by that, I mean I've spent way too much money on wires and have done a lot of Googling and realized I didn't really need to spend that much on wiring. But now I have a lot of wires. So I am literally prepared for anything ever. But it's a bit of a weird setup. Initially, I was going to try to connect this directly to my phone. This probably sounds really boring. I promise I won't make the whole episode about this. Is this even going to be an episode? I don't know. I was going to connect this like directly to my phone, but that didn't work. And then a lot of Googling later, and I found out that it's not supposed to work that way. So after I bought this converter and a bunch of other things, it's okay. It's part of the process. It's part of the learning process. And you know what? I got it. So if I keep looking down here, it's because my MacBook is acting as my audio interface, if you will. So I have my mic plugged into my laptop. My laptop is running QuickTime, which is recording, but I am using my phone as the camera. So technically I think that's the camera, or is that the camera? Wait, I need to figure out, hold on. Okay, this is the camera. Hi! So, I'm gonna try to stare at the camera. I'm gonna try. Or is that creepy? I don't know. But if I look down, well, I guess you can't see because the massive glare in my eyeballs. Wow. So don't mind me. We're still getting used to this. But, I didn't really have anything to talk about, if I'm gonna be honest. I just felt the desire to turn on the camera and ramble. Today was a very lazy day. I did get up and go to my class today, which I am very proud of myself for. Can we get a round of applause? Oh my god, that just gave me a flashback to the Billie Eilish Vogue thing. If you know, you know. Which, by the way, by the time I'm recording this, I'm actually filming that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, April 8th. Or no, is it next Wednesday? Hold on. I can't remember if it's... Yes, tomorrow is April 8th, 2026. So get excited, and I have a microphone now. I haven't looked at the questions since last year. So yeah, this is exciting. I was debating just like, because my roommate is out and about right now. I was debating just like recording it now and saying it's April 8th. But I don't feel in the spirit to film such a monumental video that got like 3 views. It's not about the views though, it's about the passion. But yes, I'm very excited. I do have quite a bit. Oh my god, midterms are starting next Friday. I have my first Korean midterm, I believe it is for listening. And yeah, I'm looking at my to-do list here, and it's quite scary. Quite scary. I'm trying to gauge how cringe I can be. Let's just get into it. So one of the reasons why I had wanted to start a podcast, and why I had been kind of thinking about it for a long time, and one of the reasons I actually started doing YouTube, was because I feel like I can't be myself around other people. Let's talk about that, shall we? Let's dive into that. I struggle a lot with being myself. Be yourself. What does that even mean? Like, people say, like, in relationships and stuff, oh, just be yourself, you know? I don't know how to do that. I was never really taught how to do that. And I'm sure it has a lot to do with my childhood, which most of it I can't really remember. Um, don't get me wrong, I had a great family life. I was blessed growing up. But I did not have a great social life. And I had kind of gotten used to, like, if I smile and make people laugh, then they will like me, and that will be good. And I never really got out of that. So I went through middle school, and then I went through high school and made a lot of friends off of being that sort of like label. Um, I remember as a kid, my nickname by like all of my teachers, everybody I knew, was Smiley. Not everybody I knew, all the adults I knew, right? Everybody I knew, it was for lack of a better word, that little Mexican girl to be crying. I'm not Mexican, actually. But you'd be surprised how much the American education system was and still is lacking in the 5th grade. Anyways, neither here nor there. So I like never really understood how to like communicate. Like for me, making friends is one thing, but making plans and being consistent is another thing. I feel like a lot of people, especially neurodivergent people, grow up with that feeling of like, there's something wrong with me. I have OCD, by the way. Nice to meet you. Um, but I feel like we grow up with like this, you know, there's something wrong with my brain. Like, there's something wrong with me. I don't experience things the way that I'm supposed to experience them. And I am confused and I don't have an answer. And I don't think there's an answer out there. And I know that that doesn't just pertain to neurodivergent kids and people, but it's very prevalent. And I don't know exactly if this has something to do with like OCD. I could call it like OCD performance anxiety of like every interaction having to go perfectly right. That's something I really struggle with. So when I make plans with people, I dread it. I dread it every time. And funny enough, I am a pretty spontaneous person, but I like to have things, I like to know of things ahead of time. So I like to make plans. I love planning. I love a good list. But I don't understand why. Literally anytime I've ever had to make plans with a friend, like to hang out, to have fun, to go get a meal, to, just chill, I've always just like gotten such immense anxiety about it because in my head, I've like instilled this thing of like, oh my God, everything has to go perfect. And I'm not that much of a perfectionist, believe it or not. Like, me when I lie. Um, I've seen worse. But I just like have always been like, yeah, there's something wrong with me. I dread plans with friends. Like good friends. And I'm sorry to all my friends who are listening. Um if I've ever made plans with you, yes, I was very anxious and honestly dreading it. But then once I'm there and like once I've done it, once I'm like I'm experiencing it and then when I go home, I'm like, that was the greatest thing ever. Like, I don't want this to end ever. Um, so I just like, I don't get it. It's kind of like if you think about getting into the shower when it's cold, it's like, ugh, I don't want to go. And it's just like, I'm comfy and I don't want to go. It's going to be cold. But then once you're in the shower, it's like, oh, I'm never leaving. I'm never getting out. And that's how I feel about friendships. Specifically like making plans with friends is like, when people text me to make plans, I have so many people undelivered right now. It's really sad. Toxic trait about me, I guess. Well, they're like acquaintances. It's a long story. We can get into it another time. But when people try to like make plans with me or like communicate, I just like I shut down. I fear I am a little bit too much in my own world, and I wonder if it maybe has something to do with like like when I was going to therapy last year, the theme of control came up a lot, and I feel like that's also a really strong theme in OCD in general is control and like having to have control of the situation and control over your thoughts and your actions, your behavior, and like what did I say? What did I do? Like what do I mean? Like do I actually think this way? Do I actually believe in this? It's a big thing. So when you sort of like give up your sense of like control over the situation, it can be freeing. It can be so freeing. Like when I'm making plans with somebody and they're like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it." And I'm like, "Thank you." But then on the other hand, it's like when I put myself in a situation where it's like, okay, this day is going to be devoted to this activity or like this person. And it could be like my favorite person in the world. And it's like usually is. It's like people who I love to talk to and I love to be around and who I really want in my life. But I see that and I see like the time on my calendar being taken away. Mind you, I don't have anything better to do. If I wasn't going out, I would be scrolling through TikTok, probably in the bathroom for hours. Like it's not like I'm giving up my useful, precious, valuable time, because that would be one thing. And like that would be a different conversation if I was like, I don't know, building the next greatest thing and oh my god, this person wants to hang out with me, but I'm, inventing something amazing. It's not like that. I am literally just sitting in my room doing nothing. Worse than doing nothing, probably doom scrolling. Or filming a podcast like I am right now. But it's not like I am afraid of giving up my time as much as just I'm afraid of like, I don't know, maybe it's like what I could be doing in that time or what, my expectations are for the event, like the uncertainty. Another thing I really struggle with, like, okay, my favorite thing in the entire world is planned events that have a start time and an end time. That is my favorite thing in the whole world. Like I'm realizing this now. Like my favorite thing ever is a planned event, people I know with a start time and an end time, because start time I know when to get there, obviously. Like, I know what to expect. If it's like people who I know really well, I can get there early, I can get there late, like, depending on, all these factors and stuff. And it's like, awesome. I know what to do. And then in end time, you're telling me I know when to get there and I know when I can leave. And I know when I'm gonna be forced to leave. And you're telling me if my social battery runs out like an hour into the thing, like that's fine because it ends in an hour anyway. That is my favorite thing ever. I love that shit. I love it. I love a planned event with a start time and an end time. Should we talk about what dosage of medication I'm on? No, that's for another time. Trust. But I just like I have such a fear over not like uncertainty. That's the word. Like I like making plans with people. Awesome. I love like being, around other people. Phone calls, video calls and stuff. I love calling people I love. But then it like makes me so, and I've had really bad experiences in the past, which that is like a whole other thing of itself, but it contributes to like my interaction. What do I expect when I call somebody, when I hang out with somebody? Like time is of the essence. Is it? But my point being, like, I need to have certainty. I don't like I love the unknown, exploring the unknown, into the unknown. I love exploring the unknown when it's like within a certain realm, you know? Like, I love being spontaneous. I love being extra. I love, you know, literally just today, I was like, huh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna like try out a new restaurant. That's me like every day. Like, I love trying new things. Um, well, and like, for example, I love trying new things if I've been to the restaurant before. Hear me out. Hear me out. Like, you either get it or you don't, but hear me out. I can go to this, like, if I am familiar with the restaurant, I have my favorite thing on the menu, I'm like comfortable in that place or eating from that place, I like love the food, I'm going to want to push myself to try something new, especially if I've been there before. Um, that's me all the time. Like, if I've gone to a cafe already, I rarely really get the same thing twice, unless it's like really, really good, like it's my staple. Um, but I am definitely the type of person. Can you hear the people speeding outside? I'm definitely the type of person who loves new things, but like don't throw me into the deep end. I also can't really swim, so that's maybe not a very good analogy, or maybe it's perfect. But I love trying new things when I kind of know what to expect. And I guess that, like, you could say, okay, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of trying something new. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyways. Like, I go to my favorite pizza place. I'm like, I always get a margarita. This time, I'm gonna get garlic and I just ate like half a pint of ice cream. I can't be talking about food right now. Yeah, I like new things, but I also like knowing what to expect. And that's like I feel like that's human nature. Is like we as humans, we talked about this in my social neuroscience class about how like humans, especially teenagers, adults, young adults, crave novelty. We crave new experiences. We are always trying to learn and advance and like explore and understand the world around us. That's like how our brains work. But at the same time, we like being comfortable. I don't know where that accent. We like being comfortable. Okay, so you like it. You're gonna get so many vocal stims in this podcast. I'm so excited. Like, I never do this stuff when I'm around friends. I don't know why. And it's like, well, maybe people would actually like you more if you behaved the way you do when you're by yourself. I love myself when I'm around my close family and when I am by myself. And no matter how comfortable I get with people, no matter either how long I've known them or how much I trust them, like there are people who I met just a few years ago who I trust more than anybody. Trust me, the friends that I made within the past 2 years, I could trust them more than anybody who went to my middle school. No offense. Like, I'm sure some of y'all were great. Um, like, I feel so free when I'm talking to myself or when I am being goofy around my parents and my sister. But then once it's like other people, for some reason my brain goes blank. See, I'm losing it right now. Like, the brain cells, they're the voices. But what the hell? This wire just came out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. I just like I want to be with this podcast in general, I want to get more comfortable with just like being who I feel like is myself. There's got to be a better way to word that. I want to get used to talking to other people, especially people who I trust, people who I'm close with, the way that I talk to myself and not overthink every single second. Like right now, you can tell when I start getting in my head, that's when I like sort of zone out. That's when the thoughts the voices. Like, once I start to overthink what I'm saying suddenly makes absolutely no sense at all. Like, if I'm just like, I get the thought and I'm going with it, and I'm like, whatever happens, happens, like, I know what I'm saying, it's great. It's great. But then, when I put myself on the spot, I'm thinking back to earlier today in class when I raised my hand to answer a question and I was so confident. I was like, oh yeah, I have such great insight to add to this conversation. And then she like picked on me, as in like she picks me to talk. And I suddenly am like, wait, do I know what I want to say? Like, is this actually right? Or am I wrong? And then that's when I sort of went like, like, yeah. So, wow, that was a wonderfully articulated phrase, wasn't it? It's just like, yeah, what Elmo said, you gotta get out of your head. I love Elmo's accent so much. I don't know where that came from, but you gotta get out of your head. You have to not overthink everything. And I'm like, okay, so I've been doing that for the past 15, 18, 20 something years. How am I supposed to fix that overnight? You're not. You won't. But I'm hoping, like, just by, for example, doing this, by talking to a literal camera. I'm kidding, by talking to you wonderful people. I can sort of branch out and, like, regain my confidence. And I'm already really proud of myself because I have been getting, like, I've been getting more used to accepting the fact, like, hey, no, but not everybody's gonna like you. Like, no matter what you do, you're not gonna make everybody happy. There's this one quote, I think, by Steve Jobs. That's, like, my favorite. I always think about it. And it's like, if you want to make people happy, don't be a leader. Sell ice cream. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Something along those lines. Like, I'm used to being a leader. Like, I'm used to being the person who people run to for trouble. And for, like, actually for everything. Literally for everything. Eldest daughter core. But it's like, okay, so you can either have that role be the comforter who just, like, kind of just takes it all. But, like, because I want to say, like, oh, the therapist. But even therapists, like, tell you what you need to hear sometimes. And not what you, actually, a lot of the time, tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And my whole life, I've been going blindly by what people want to hear. And then I, like, have sort of gotten so used to, like, avoiding conflict at all costs. So anytime I sense, like, the slightest bit of hesitance or resistance or conflict arise in a person, I'm like, abort mission. Like, nope, I take it back. And it's like, no, bro, stand on your ground. Like, have a ground to stand on. Because that's so annoying in a person. Someone who will just agree with you no matter what. And who won't tell you the truth when you, like, if I have a booger in my nose, please tell me. I do, like, I would consider myself a girl's girl. Like, I'll hype you up in the elevator, of course. I'll tell you if you got an eyelash on your nose, like, of course. But I just struggle so much with, like, the way I'm thinking about it right now is, like, imagine you're driving a literal, is it called an excavator? A bulldozer. Imagine you're driving a bulldozer and it's like you get to this big obstacle in the road. The smart thing to do, what you should do, is use the power you have, use the bulldozer, and just ram through it, through the obstacle, get to the other side. Like, that's what a logical person, I feel like, would do. Me on the other hand, in the fear of, like, oh my god, what if the obstacle fights back? What if I get stuck? What if my wheels get stuck? What if something goes wrong? What if the obstacle doesn't like me? What if the boulder doesn't like me because I ran through it when it's in my way? Like, do you hear how I'm like listening to myself right now and I'm realizing how ridiculous this is. Like, there's an obstacle in my path. I literally have all the tools that I need to get past it, and I'm still worried about whether or not the obstacle likes me? What? Is that not ridiculous? Is that not insane? So what I've been doing is literally turning off the bulldozer, taking the keys out, walking out of the bulldozer, walking around the obstacle. Mind you, it's taking so much more effort, and like the obstacle's still going to be there. Maybe I have to come back at the end of the day. Obstacle's still going to be there. My bulldozer's still going to be there on the other side. Like, it's so much easier to just like face it head on. Face the obstacle. Like, who cares? Just do it. Don't go around the entire obstacle just because you're too afraid of what's going to happen to your relationship to the obstacle, when you know deep down, to get to the other side, I'm going to have to face this obstacle. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope at least one of you get it. Like, don't, you have all the tools that you need to face the challenge. You know how to do it. You just got to do it. Like, you just got to hype yourself up and you just got to drive. Joyce, drive! I haven't even watched Stranger Things. Bro, okay. Natural segue. I don't even have Netflix. My family, I used to be on a family plan, and my family was like, you either keep Disney Plus or Netflix. We're not paying for all these subscriptions. So we got rid of Netflix, and then they got rid of Disney Plus, so now I'm paying for Disney Plus by myself. But it's okay because I have access to Abbott Elementary, and I just started season 5 today of Abbott Elementary. Guys, I don't even have to tell you I love that show. I love that show. Are you kidding me? I loved The Office. Number 1 favorite song. Favorite show in the entire world. Can you imagine if The Office made a movie? Hot take. I think that it would not do well. Maybe it would. I don't know. A Christmas movie would be pretty cool though. Anyways, The Office, love it so much. I quote it every single day. Literally, I quote Michael Gary Scott in my dreams. I also love Friends. Friends is what got me through all of the challenging times of college so far. Love it. So of course I love Abbott Elementary. Are you kidding me? Like, that show makes me laugh. There are not a lot of like things that I can watch and like actually genuinely laugh at. That show is like genius. So anyways, I have not watched Stranger Things. I have, however, watched every single episode of Chronically Online Girl Explains Stranger Things lore, and I can recite them probably word for word. I love those videos so much. I was gonna say, Nicole, if you're watching this, but I don't see a world where she would be. But love that girl so much. Oh, yeah, Netflix. Exo Kitty. Listen. Okay. Okay, deep breaths. Wow, that was so crisp. If you realize you come to the decision that you can no longer watch me because of what I'm about to say, that's okay. That's all right. Thank you for sticking around the past 10 minutes, 20 minutes. That's okay. I love The Summer I Turned Pretty. I love To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I love A Jenny Han Show or movie. Love it. Love it. Have not read the books. Well, I read the entirety of the first book of The Summer I Turned Pretty, my family we were on vacation, and we had some time to kill before going to the airport, so we went to Barnes and Noble. I just picked out random little books. I picked out The Summer I Turned Pretty because I think I had watched it. Yeah, I watched the first season first, and I was like, oh, I wonder how the book is. So I picked it up. I start reading it. An hour goes by, and I have literally 10 pages, like 10 or 20 pages left, like 1 or 2 chapters left in the book. And my family's like, Reena, we have to go. Like, we're going to be late. We got to go. So I used my mom's Barnes and Noble discount to buy the first book of The Summer I Turned Pretty so that I could finish it on the plane. Didn't even make it to the plane. I finished it in the airport. I finished that book within like 1 hour. Mind you, I don't do any. I barely read. It's a problem. I know. That's a whole other aspect of my lore. We'll get there, I'm sure. But like, I'm not one to like sit down and read an entire book unless it is that one, The Summer I Turned Pretty. I tried reading the other ones. I've never gotten past like the first few chapters. Tried reading the To All the Boys I Love before. Couldn't get past the first few chapters. I don't know what it was. I feel like in those circumstances, I just personally like the movies or the shows better. But then again, I didn't read them, so I wouldn't know. But I can finish that, and oh my god, guys, I love this woman so much. Lynn Painter. Better Than the Movies. Finished that in like a day. Nothing Like the Movies. Finished that in like a week. Maybe less, like a few days. Bro, I love her book so much. Literally, my phone is sitting on fake skating to record this right now. So, multifunctional. And they're making a movie! Guys. Alright, I'm looking at her books. So, Better Than the Movies, guys. I know the whole point of the book is that it's better than the movies. Like, it's better than a movie. It's a book and it's better than any movie. Like, the love story's better than the movies. I know, that's the whole point. But the day that they announce that they are making a film adaptation of Better Than the Movies is the day I ascend into heaven. Oh my god, I swear. Like, yeah, I'm excited for Tangled live action. Tangled is one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite. I'm excited. I hope they do it justice. I really hope so. But if there's one movie that I really would give my life to see, it is Better Than the Movies. It is Better Than the Movies. So I've read that very quickly. I read Nothing Like the Movies. I read Betting on You. That one was pretty good. That was pretty good. I was debating bringing that one with me because it's does it start? Yeah, it starts in an airport and on a plane. And I was like, oh my god, I could read this on the plane to Korea. But I was like, I have too many books already. And then I came here and I'm looking at the 2 books that I bought that are in Korean that I bought very ambitiously. I just know that if my mom was with me, if my mom was with me, if my mom was with me while I was buying those books, she would have said, how would you just buy one? And aren't you going to get a Korean textbook for your Korean class anyway? Why do you need one now? And I'd be like, oh, fine. And I would put them back. I'd be kind of annoyed. But now I am very annoyed because I have an extra little textbook and 2 Korean books that I have no idea what I'm going to do with. So, how did we get here? Anyway, yes, Exo Kitty. I watched season 1 back when I had Netflix. Are there 3 there's 3 seasons, right? Wait, listen. Oh my gosh. The ASMR. All right, how many seasons? 3 seasons. Yes, okay. So I watched the first season by myself because, hello, I love Anna Cathcart. I hope that's how you say her name. I've been watching her since Odd Squad. Loved her in Odd Squad. And her partner, oh my god, that was like one of my first TV crushes ever. Loved her in Descendants. She was so cute. And loved her in To All the Boys. And love her in XO Kitty and in whatever she's going to do next because I know it's going to be amazing. Yes, I love Anna so much. But yes, I unironically, I loved season 1. I love shows that are like so bad but so either nostalgic or like just so fun that I don't care. Like unironic, like I watched the entirety of Every Which Way my second semester or second year of college just because I was feeling nostalgic. And then I got really into the show and the characters and oh my god. Guys, I can't do this on episode 1. Are we counting this as episode 1? Yeah. Guys, there's this guy. Listen. Okay, did I even get to my point? I don't think so. There's this guy who was a big part of my childhood. I was obsessed with the show Every Which Way, amongst others. I would watch it and then I would go pretend that I was a witch in my grandparents' garden. The good old days. Oh, my whimsy. Oh my god. I was the definition of whimsy. Anyways, there's this character on the show and his name is Jax Navoa, and he's from Sydney, Australia. And he's like it was technically a Nickelodeon show, but like it didn't get the hype that it deserves in my opinion. But there was this whole love triangle, and it was between Emma, the main character, also my first, I think she was one of my first crushes ever, was Emma Alonso. She's played by Paula Andino, I think. Beautiful. And she really resonated. Like, what do you mean? I was Emma Alonso as a child. So they're in this love triangle, and it's between her and this. I should be nice. This guy. What was his name? Daniel. Who's like the nice guy, like typical, like loves animals, allergic to butterflies. Who's allergic to butterflies? Like, that's so lame. Anyways, and he doesn't really like, he's not fully on board with the fact that she's a witch. Like, at first it was kind of rational. Like, okay, this is just becoming an entire, like, episode about Every Which Way. I don't even care. I don't care. He's, like, loves her, but when she's a witch, she literally has to, like, hide it from him because she's afraid of how he's gonna react, because, like, he knows that she was a witch. And she was like, no, I lost my powers. It's a whole thing. You have to watch it. But anyways, between that guy, the nice guy, but like, and then season 2 of that show, Jax, the new guy, rolls up in his motorcycle and his leather jacket, and he goes, Iridium High, prepare to be jaxed. I ate that up. And he's like the bad boy, the first wizard that we're introduced to. Was he the only wizard? I guess and his dad. Oh my god, was Jax and his dad the only wizards? What the heck? But that guy was played by Mr. Rayhart Adams. And I lived my entire, like, I was obsessed. I was obsessed with that show, and I was obsessed with the characters during that era. And then time went on. I grew up. Fast forward to literally like a few months ago, maybe a few weeks ago, and I decide, as all of my fascinations and hyperfixations and like obsessions and interests begin, I decide to look up edits on TikTok. So I look them up about the show, about the characters, and I fell in love with that guy all over again. Bro, 7-year-old me, so happy. Anyways, and now I think he's just like the most gorgeous person to ever exist, ever. And I'm sure that Nathan, if you're watching this, you're gonna judge me no matter what, but I don't care. That man is beautiful. I don't even think I had a point to this. I just wanted to talk about how handsome I think Ray R. Adams is. And yeah, funny thing is he didn't do much acting after that. Bro, another thing I feel like I get the ick every single time, like when I have a crush or like I don't know, like any sort of attraction no matter what to really anybody and I tell people about it, especially if it's a guy, I suddenly get the ick about them. Like if I tell other people about the people I like, I'm like, "Oh my god, it's exciting. Now somebody knows. And now they can help me." And then the next time I see them, I'm like, "Oh, guys, forget I said anything." I guess it's that fear of being judged. But I don't think I've ever told anybody one guy comes to mind. But guys, it's getting hot in here. I don't think I've ever told anybody except maybe one time or one instance. I don't think I've ever told anybody around about a crush I had on someone and them not absolutely judge me and make fun of me for it. I mean, like of course they made fun of me for it. But I wonder how he's doing. I wonder. But I'm not that curious. So, anyways, moving along. Should we end it here? I'm so sorry. I don't want to. I really don't want to. I could stay talking all night long. But I do kind of need water. My throat really hurts cuz I've been talking for like an hour. So, thank you for listening. Are we really going to end with that? We should end with something nice. Maybe a quote. You are encompassed by what you love. I want to be defined by the things that I love, not the things I hate, not the things I'm afraid of, not the things that scare me in the middle of the night. I just think you are what you love. Thank you, Taylor. Now, have a great day or night or evening. And until next time, bye-bye. How do I turn this off?